Let's go. Hey, what's the purpose here? They don't know where to go. Okay. Let's meditate. Cha o nomimashou. To an apartment in a neighborhood near the North American base. Noisy soldiers broke the early morning calm. Father abandoned himself to his melancholy and slipped into an ethereal world of alcohol and silence. I remember those hot nights and the strange symbols I started to write on the wall, patterns from an arcane kingdom beyond this dimension. I thought Father abandoned me because I'd written on all the walls of the house. Later I realized that being with me reminded him too much of all he'd loved and lost. An intense crimson beam suffocated my rage and frustration. That was short. And that's the yellow house. Hip hop. arrival at the House of the Blue Beam. After the onsen, the thermal baths. After the TIC Tourist Information Center of the Blue House. Little boy, welcome to the House of the Blue Beam, home of the Technocrats and the Blue Clan. Remember, your mission is to free the creator's memories that emerged from the code of this region. Head for the onsen, the thermal baths. Inside them is one of the memories that needs to be freed. Yeah. Access the onsen has been sealed off, a powerful stallion has appeared inside and the emergency protocol has been activated. To enter you'll need two access techno keys, the Technocrat's techno key and its sister techno key of the Blue Clan. As a member of the Progressive Committee, I can tell you that the Technocrat's copy is with the receptionist in the Tourist Information Center. Is that a pirate? Fish? Remember that in any of the Blue simulation functions and events like this puzzle, for example, only programs from the House of the Blue Beam can interact with it. Our code is not prepared and as a result, there will be conflicts at a deeper level, including collisions, physics, algorithms, etc. I'm sorry I can't be more precise, but it's a highly complex matter. In fact, I wrote my thesis on this problem in the capital's Trinary University. In any case, jump over the puddles if you want to avoid complications. Good luck. My brother program? Who? Why him? A good technocrat program devoted to others. Who sheds light on those lost in the thick fogs of the Blue simulation. Oh, why him? Oh, Narita boy, welcome to the Tourist Information Center TIC. This program that is subbing uncontrollably is the receptionist. He is responsible for dealing with all the programs who opt for a few days peace and quiet in the healing waters of the onsen. The only healing waters of the House of the Blue Beam in which the programs that don't belong to that house can bathe. They won't be able to tend to you or give you the Technocrat Techno Key, one of the two copies that are used to enter the onsen. What's happened is that ever since the Stallion invasion, the receptionist has been calling his brother program, the lighthouse keeper, but he's not returning his calls. He says that his brother always answers and thinks therefore that something must have happened to him. If you want to unlock this situation, you'll need to go to the lighthouse and find out what's really happened to the lighthouse keeper. I think it's the only way to pull his brother program out of his trance, so he'll give you the key to the onsen. You need this key, because within it is a corrupt memory of the creator that you need to free. Isn't it the next side of the Blue House beam? Our Taiko Sensei. Lighthouse. Ugai Rain. Dude, the digital hero is among us. I'm Ugai Rain, one of the 3 legendary Trichroma dudes. I'm the protector dude of the Blue House Beam. To rub against these stallions, my powers are not strong enough to protect the programs of my house. But I can be of great help to you if you're up for it. My legendary dude code will merge with your digital hero code. Then every time you summon me, I'll come to your help and eliminate any enemies causing you problems. Remember that to summon me, your Trichroma energy must be sufficiently high to communicate with my code. If you find my room, it's not quite as untidy as that of my body Taio Beam, but you'll find a fraction of the backup copy of the creator's first memory. Come on, time is of the essence. May the Trichroma be with you. Master of Water. Secretly program and bathe in its eternal wisdom. These will return the roots of resident as progress of the Trichroma. Chaos. boy, contemplate the majestic ruins of the technocrats who abandoned progress. Skyscrapers, entire cities, and technologically advanced neighborhoods used to stand here. The program from the Blue House Beam used to be called technocrats, agents that managed huge databases, studying the trichroma and iterating through its code that was ever more complex and close to that of the capital. But at its technological peak came a paradigm shift to a split. Some technocrats abandoned progress, gradually beginning to deprecate it, and began to meditate by these sacred trees, weaving a less complicated code that was more connected to the elegant and ancestral functions of the blue simulation. They transcended the apparent and stopped looking outward in order to focus on the inner, subtle and powerful intangible. And they stopped building cities to compile sacred trees. Powerful programs profoundly immersed in the blue simulation are source code. They call themselves the Blue Clan and abandoned progress, leaving behind their technocrat suits and letting their skyscrapers and cities become bug-ridden through a lack of repair and turn into the ruins you see before you now. For the technocrats who did embrace the Blue Clan's new wave, there was no choice but to emigrate to the capital of the digital kingdom. From there, they monitor the Blue Beam code. They help their brothers from the Blue Clan and work with agents of the capital to manage the data of the digital kingdom. Since the lighthouse went out, the fog event has used up space and limitless bitrate. Sailing any further than this point is very dangerous. We cannot come with you. This boat is ramshackle. We were told to bring you here, to the island of the compiler. He'll explain to you how to progress. Meditate. Ik, Robofish. Robofish summon. Welcome the compiler. I will compile the legendary floppy board on which you'll be able to sort through the waters of the blue simulation. You must use this transcriptor, the ancient portal Ansible that will take you to Floppy Island, the place where the floppy board code was programmed. You must find the programmer who created the floppy board code, bring me back its code compiled in a techno-key, and I'll take care of generating a functional and stable copy for you. Arrival at Floppy Island. From here. Cavern of the Well. East Millside.
Resting force.
Which? Hi, we're calling you from the offices of the Technocrat Committee in the capital of the Digital Kingdom. Motherboard has informed us of your arrival in the Digital Kingdom, and we wanted to remind you that we have a data dump techno-key ready for you with all the floppy board updated architecture. So come and visit us in the capital whenever you like, using the transcriptor that's on the top of the building from where you're listening to me. By the way, a committee member asked me to tell you that if you find a techno key that opens the office balcony, could you please bring it to us? He says he was recently on Floppy Island transcribing some deprecated data and managed to lose it. Ever since, we haven't been able to air the office. Thank you. The island was founded to create the floppy board called architecture. Motherboard convinced the technocrats of the need to compile a tool for Narita boy once he reached the Blue House and had to cross the Blue simulation. A committee of sages and progressive technocrats set up home on Floppy Island to design the architecture of the floppy board. The island flourished, and in the entire Digital Kingdom admired the technical skill of all of its architects. They say there were techno fathers who moved to Floppy Island to admire the elegant simplicity of the scripts that weave through the floppy board. Just before completing the floppy board, many technocrats from the committee united with the Blue Clan, abandoning the island. The few remaining committee members who continue to embrace progress immigrated to the capital of the Digital Kingdom and founded the Blue Quarter. From there, they carried on updating and improving the floppy board code. Now, the technocrats work hand in hand with the agents and the motherboard for the bureaucracy of the Digital Kingdom. From the watchtower of progress, close to the core, in the shelter of the Trichroma. Okay. Of the West Wing. Cavern of the Whale. Yo-chan. Narita boy, I've got something for you, the Blue Clan's access techno key to the onsen. but you'll need a power-up to break those collisions. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they keep that power-up at the reception desk of the Tourist Information Center TIC behind the door. The agents updated its code when I told them about that strange collision. My son too. space between those. Wonderful, you managed to get here. Here, Narita boy, this data dump techno key is the distillation of all our algorithmic know-how. We're very proud to offer you the very best floppy board we've been able to design. Remember to dump the data in the Techno Guru console. It'll compile a stable copy for you. Here, Narita, we've managed to intercept this stallion key with a dual layer of encryption. Use it to access the inside of this stallion chest. This chest event appeared from nowhere alongside the onsen. In the last revision, we think the stallion program that dwells within it has stolen one of the backup floppy disks. Remember, you can use those flop disks to retrieve the creator's first memory, the one that was destroyed by the hacker knots in the Chamber of Broken Memories. So much tragedy. It's so much sadness.
Rest in force.
When you're ready, take out the floppy board and surf beyond the simulation, ride the code waves, feel the breeze event and ensure that the stallions tremble in your wake. Floppy board. those pedals. The ancient one. Pirate Dimension. Ho 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 ho. Redbeard. Bam, bam.
Rest in force.
Oh, oh. Who's a pirate now? Captain Lashtal never laughed again. Backup floppy disk found. We were praying, lost in the thick fog, thinking that our end of cycle had come. But suddenly he appeared on your floppy board, mastering the simulation, and that shook us up and gave us hope. Thank you, son of the Trichroma. instead of security. To the tick. Background. I remember a new home. My grandparents welcomed me into their little house in the valley. I remember going with my grandfather to watch the horse racing every Sunday. My grandmother didn't approve of those excursions, but he knew how much I loved to watch those stallions charging forth like rays of light, while the ground trembled under their hooves. I dreamt of being a samurai knight. I sat astride my steed, holding a tricolored sword, the colors of the trichroma. I explained this to my grandfather, fascinated by the mystical vapors of the hot springs. I also remember being the object of my classmates' taunts. I knew my blood came from two different worlds. And now a third world was growing up inside me. The digital kingdom. The kingdom of the three trichroma beams. He's not responding, Narita boy. He's not opening the door or answering calls. The lighthouse keeper isn't giving any signs of cyclical light activity. We're worried because the Fox simulation, pure chicanery of the Blue simulation, has caused many programs in the Blue house to be sucked up into it. We're fleeing their boats from the lurking stallions, and the lighthouse has always guided them to the coast. Find a way to access the lighthouse and see what's happened to the lighthouse keeper. And for the glory of the trichroma, we activate the beam that guides our people. Where? Hell's bells, I fell asleep. May the Creator forgive me. I was scanning the horizon as usual, when I was overcome with worry and dark thoughts about the stallions. I lay down for a while, counting electric sheep to calm myself down, and fell fast asleep. I'm sorry, the fog event must have already been triggered in true pure mode. And my brother, the receptionist, he must be so worried. Do me a favor. While I activate the lighthouse subroutines, take him this techno key. It doesn't open any doors, but my photo is on it. If you give it to him, he'll know I sent it and that I am fine. I always had a feeling it would be a good idea to press my face onto a floppy disk. In this world. He jumps. Even since pixels, what is my sensor picking up? This floppy disk with the printed face of my brother? Program is surely proof that he's still operational. Only he could have given it to you as proof that his code is still anchored to the lines of the digital kingdom. I can't thank you enough, digital stranger. If you are looking for my key to the onsen, I have to tell you that I don't have it. In the depths of despair and thinking the worst, I decided to leave it in the safekeeping of the ancient ones. Programs as old as the Blue Simulation Supervisor programs of our house source code. You'll find them through this door. Take this key to access the adjoining room. This is the path that will lead you to the techno key for the onsen. Down stab. Crab. The crabs. Eh?
Rest in force.
Yeah. Nope. Rap stallion. Meditate. Points of the waterfall have been summoned. Narita boy, the blue is strong within you. Strong as the hope that you offer the houses of the Trichroma and all the digital kingdom. We know why you're called on us. You're looking for the Techno Key, the one that will give you access to the pride of our house, the onsen of the blue beam. The person responsible for it asks that we put it in safekeeping in case something happened or if you came looking for it. So here it is. Remember that you need its sister Techno Key, the Blue Clan's copy. The onsen has a double lock like the House of the Blue Beam. You'll need to understand its duality to enter. Narita boy, we're supporting your battle from the Blue Simulation's deepest state of meditation. Our code will clot and protect you as will that of the many sages and ancient ones throughout the digital kingdom. An invisible, mythical, and barely perceptible network exists from where we can subtly help you to be the best hero that has ever set foot on the hexadecimal ground of the digital kingdom. Good luck, son of the Trichroma. Nothing. hero of the digital kingdom. That was cool. The Guru's Hideaway. You found me. I've been looking out for you. I'm the Guru of the Blue Clan. Well, one of many. They gave me the job of watching over the Blue Clan's Techno Key, one of the two copies that opens the currently sealed doors of the onsen, our thermal baths. Here, with this key and the Technocrat's Techno Key, you can access the onsen, free the creator's memory and expel the stallions. Rumor has it there's a stallion fish in there causing mayhem. Do you know, Narita boy? Ever since this split between the Technocrats and the Blue Clan, the only thing that unites us, that brings us together, is our onsen, our thermal baths. There, immersed in the purified waters of the blue simulation, we converse, share knowledge, and gradually manage to find an understanding between our different ways of interpreting the code of the Blue House Beam. Mati. We've sealed the door to the main baths. There's a terrible stallion threat in the form of an evil carp. It's gobbling up our clients and permanently erasing them from the source code. The problem is that this apparent carp is blocking access to the creator's memories. There's a techno key with security locks that can reopen the door to the main baths. The Taiko sensei can help you find it. It's a pity you can't enjoy your stay more. We hope you'll come back and see us under happier circumstances.
Rest in force.
Okay. Soul Ripper. Understand that the code is simpler and at the same time maddening elegant, but has it really come to hugging trees with all the progress we've made? Awesome. Technos Taiko Sensei. Sound of the summit. Knack. Colorful. Knack. Yee. Fish koi. Fish toy. What the hell does that block? This story was a bit disappointing. Weird. I remember the moment when I waved goodbye to my childhood and my personal belongings. Oh no. The last goodbye to my grandfather's photo. I remember saying goodbye to my grandmother without a kiss or a hug, just as I had been taught. It didn't matter that we longed to hold each other, because we knew in doing that, we would just make our parting harder. I knew I would miss her, tough and stringy in her kimono, just like the bamboo trees in the forest of time. I crossed the lost forest, the one that connects all the dimensions, to try and find myself. During my journey, I meditated and intensified my signal with the energy of the trichroma, an energy that flowed in me or through me, I never knew which. An energy that welled up spontaneously when Mother left us and was balanced in the center of the three beams. Naka, the kanji character that symbolizes the center, the equilibrium. Years went by and then I met her. She gave me her love and I gave her what remained of mine. After leaving the lost forest, a new connection had formed. We got engaged, everything happened very quickly, then we had a son. Evil at the Red House. But I'm going to end this stream at this. Thank you all for watching, now or in the future, and see you again next time. このストリームは終わりましょう。終わりました。ではでは、おつふり、またね。じゃあね。バイバイ。